against Racing Union Luxembourg, while making her second debut, Sofia Cantore, the 22-year-old striker, number 9 shirt, you can see just turning away there in her second spell after an impressive first half to the season last year with Sassuolo. 8 goals in 14 appearances, and then she broke her ankle. She has since recovered, but by then Juventus already made a decision that it was time to take her back, just as they did with Lenzini. And Lenzini still on the bench as Matilda Lundorf plays right back. In midfield we have Gunnarsdottir, Chernoya and Zamanian. And then we'll see how Bonansea, Berenstein and Cantore take up their positions up front. It could be that Berenstein will play right through the middle. We'll see how it goes. Tactical tweaking by John Montemuro. Start of this second match. Here we can see the Juventus line-up with Perron-Magnon back in goal. Sembrant Pedersen, the converted midfielders, playing in the heart of the defence. And that is where the move is actually generated. While Kiryat Gat, they have a mix of youth and experience with two 37-year-old Brazilians. Anna, the captain, as well as, should say, 29-year-old Dana Helena, who scored a hat-trick against Flora Tallinn, the centre forward. Sandrinha, also 37-year-old Brazilian, playing in midfield. They also have a couple of teenagers though, in Khalil, 18 years old, and Edri, 19. That's the mix between experience and youth. That is Kiryat Gat, treble winners from Israel 2 seasons in succession. Elias Sadeh, the coach of this successful side. First ever meeting between Juventus women and a team from Israel. The referee, Madrona, blows the whistle. We have kickoff at Vinova. It is Juventus against Kiryat Gat. The final of Group 6, Round 1, qualifying rounds for the group stages proper in the Champions League. Zamanian quickly playing the ball forward, and there you can see Cantore is playing on the right-hand side, confirming pre-match expectations. Pedersen, Boateng. And the ball knocked up the touchline by number 12, Rantisi. Boateng turns the throw back to Pedersen. Gunnarsdottir dropping. And already picking out Lundorf. Quick cross in, Cantore. Tackle cleanly coming from Bruna. Another Brazilian at the heart of the Kiryat Gat defence. Now the loose ball finds the feet of Linda Sembrant. Pedersen already stepping forward into the Kiryat Gat half. Chernoya brushed aside. The referee indicates the number 7 can get back on her feet whenever she wants, as Lundorf tidies up at the back. And you can hear John Montemuro very close to the pitch side microphone. Sembrant to Pedersen. Excellent pass by Pedersen to Boateng. Just couldn't knock the ball forward to Bonansea. There's the captain this evening. And with the absence still of Saragama, out injured. As is Cecilia Salvai. The two experienced central defenders, both here at Vinovo this evening, looking on.
Linda, if it's 2v1, push that on, eh?
Berenstein turning the ball back. Sembrant. Lundorf back into Sembrant. Trying to put the crossfield pass. There's a handball there, foul by Linus Berenstein. Playing centre forward. So come on as a substitute against Racing Union. And playing in a more natural wide position. Scratch of the head for Eyal Sadi, the coach of this highly successful Kiryat Gat side. Is the second incarnation of the club, and certainly the most successful between the two. Pedersen's header down to the feet of Bonansea, again playing on the left-hand side of the attack. Gunnarsdottir.
Stay soft, stay soft.
Sembrant. Zvanian, second to that ball. So fair playing the ball forward here. Khalil's crossing to the middle. Cantore turning well. Cantore's strength overpowering her opponent there. "22 years old now, Cantore. She admitted when she first left Juventus she was just 17 or 18. Now she knows exactly what she wants in the world of football. Even saying that, she still won 2 league titles and an Italian Cup before she left. Already suffered 2 important injuries as the cross comes in from Lundorf. Drifts beyond everyone inside the penalty area. At this stage of their first match, Kiryat Gat had already scored against Flora Tallinn. Estonians giving away a penalty in the 3rd minute, which this player here, the number 11, Dani Helena, saw saved, but then she converted the rebound, went on to score a hat-trick. A second goal in 12 minutes, a 3rd and 52. Substituted 10 minutes later. Dani Helena, 29 years old, vast experience in Spain and in Brazil. Zvanian taking the free kick too quickly, and the referee telling her to wait. Bonansea, an unlikely target inside the box, not noted for her heading prowess. Chernoya plays it low. Pedersen touches it back. Zamanian lofts it over the top. Lofts it over everyone. Berenstein closing down on the goalkeeper, Fortuna Rubin. Bruna playing the ball up to Dan. Khalil, and again it's Bruna.
Good press, good press.
With the clearance, Berenstein leaving the ball to Lundorf. Through awkward height But Bernstein to control, followed by Chernoya. And Kiryat Gat have this free kick halfway inside their half. Juventus in the opening match had already forced quick succession of corners against Racing FC Union Luxembourg, who actually won the third-fourth place final, beating Flora Tallinn by 3-1. All the goals coming in the second half. Adubea getting in, 23 years old, using her skill there and a burst of pace as well. Playing the ball forward, intercepted and dealt with excellently well by Pedersen. Now Chernoya. Looking for the run. With Cantore, excellent control. Just couldn't release the pass. And she goes down, but no free kick. Rantisi turns the ball up the touchline again to Adubea. The 23-year-old. Taking Kiryat Gat onto their first real attack of the match. We've gone 9 minutes. And neither goalkeeper tested. Remember, 7 changes to the starting 11 from Juventus in this match. And you can see, as opposed to the match against Flora Tallinn, where Kiryat Gat played a 4-4-1-1. Keen to hit on the counter-attack here. They really are closing up with 5 across midfield, and only Danilena playing up front. Here is the number 11. Touches the ball back to Sandrinha. Switches play to Adubea. Dispossessed by Bonansea. Lundorf. Pedersen. Goes back to Sembrant. And it's the same script for Juventus, knowing that with their opponents sitting deep, trying to reduce the space possible that Juventus can exploit in attack. The play has to be produced by Pedersen and Sembrant at the heart of the defence. They won't be pressed by Danede, and they'll be given all the time necessary. And then it's down to the other players to find the space, to find the runs and the quick passing, which works so effectively against Racing Union. Pedersen. Lovely touch by Bonansea. Zemanian plays the cross into the middle. Bernstein getting towards the near post, getting closer. Juventus using the width of the pitch. Finally, Gunnarsdottir. Pedersen on the deck. Bernstein love the ball through, just beyond the run of Chernoya. But that's the movement that Juventus need to find. Stretch Kiryat Gat at the back. Pull the players out of position. Sembrant's header. And again Sembrant. Pedersen hooks the ball over her shoulder. Bernstein winning the ball back. Cantore again using her skill. Breaking forward. Chased back by Bruna. Lundorf. Slack pass in the centre of the park. Adubea. Fouled by Chernoya.
Matilda, just play with your right and play with your left instead of trying to force it through. Yeah, you can't force it through a player. Come on. Technical area. That's technical thing. Come on, come on, come on, come on.
That was free kick for Kiryat Gat. Well, now they're putting the midfielders over the halfway line to give Bruna something to aim for.
Keep the ball.
Hit forward again by Sofir. And Cantore fouled. Nakav complaining that Cantore was backing into her.
Barbara. Sophie. Centrale. Lead it. Lead it. Centrale. Go on the left.
Pedersen. Gunnarsdottir. Sembrand. Out wide on the right hand side, Lundorf. Quick ball in to Bonansea. Lovely pass, looking to slice open the Kiryat Gat defence.
Va bene, va bene, va bene, dai.
Next time, Cantore with more on her toes. Classic move from the Bianconere. Final pass, just not connecting just yet. Pedersen to Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir. Now hugging this left-hand side touchline. Boateng. Cantore. Gunnarsdottir once more. Boateng just can't keep that ball in play. Sembrand quickly punching the ball forward. Bonansea goes down. The referee looks at the Juventus captain. There's play on for Kiryat Gat to come forward. Now Dubea popping up on the left-hand side. It's the position she played in the previous match. And overhits the pass to Khalil, the 18-year-old. Sembrand. Pops the ball short to the number 7, Chernoya. Here's Pedersen. Berenstein on the touchline now. There's a foul by Cantore. And a free kick for Kiryat Gat. Played over a quarter of an hour. Goalless in this Champions League round 1 final.
Forward, forward. Go.
Lundorf to Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir picks out Bonansea. Cutting inside. Here's a Manian, quick ball. Intended for Cantore. Sandrinha playing the ball back to number 6, Nakav. Now Anna, the 37-year-old captain, at the heart of the Kiryat Gat defence. Hasn't been tested yet. Certainly well organised Kiryat Gat. Demanding Juventus to find something special, find a way through. And again, tidying up. Not taking many risks pushing players forward, that's for sure. The visitors. Juventus host for the second season in succession trying to make progress in the champions path of the Women's Champions League for the second successive season, with the group stages beckoning after round 2, the draw for which will be made on September the 1st, but Juventus need to make progress beyond this match here. Here's Boateng, almost finding Zamanian through the middle. That time the cutout was made by Anna, ex-Santos player. Lundorf will take the throw on the right hand side. Cantore, right by the byline. The pass was read.
Calma, calma,
Sandrinha tidying up in midfield. And of the two coaches, Ilyas Sadeh certainly has nothing to complain about at the moment. He set his side out to frustrate Juventus. Adubea. Slight altercation there between Lundorf and Adubea. Zamanian quickly in there, the sharp pass by Sandrinha. Can Juve take advantage? Gunnarsdottir, Pedersen, Boateng. Pass on the deck. Great ball through. Berenstein looking for the skills and the trickery to get past her marker inside the penalty area. She'll accept the corner though. Corner number 1 for Juventus in the 20th minute. Zamanian. Referee making your point, as all the players are bunched up there in the heart of the penalty area. Now make the run, Zamanian. Deep cross in, header by Gunnarsdottir. Loops over the crossbar in 20 minutes. The first effort from the Bianconeri. Clearance by Anna. He's bouncing over the halfway line. No Kiryat Gat player is hovering nearby. The only player over the halfway line at that point was Elena. Daniele Elena, 29-year-old centre forward. Gunnarsdottir turns the ball back to Pedersen. Boateng's run being watched by Rantisi, who ushers the ball out of play. I do apologize, Anna.
Stay there, stay there.
And the Brazilian veteran, good reading of the game. Rantisi up the touchline to Khalil. Sandrinha putting the ball forward. Sembrant. And the header won by Anna, out jumping Sofia Cantore. Boateng, Pedersen and Sembrant. Lundorf.
Too late, too late.
Sembrant to Pedersen. 21 players inside the Kiryat Gat half. Gunnarsdottir's won the ball back here. Can she keep it in play? Frustration again for Juve in attack. The referee calling over Anna. and Cantore. Bruna. A header on by Elena. You can see once more Kiryat Gat, all the players behind the ball inside their own half, inviting Juventus to break them down. Zamanian throwing too much of the ball to Anna. Chernoya, Zamanian, layoff to Berenstein. No obstruction there. The referee happy to indicate a goal kick. Shoulder to shoulder. Fair challenge for the match official. Bossing her defence once more. Anna, the captain for Kiryat Gat, who are still holding Juventus goalless here halfway through the first half. Valencia, the captain, going over to have a word with the match official. If Lilith Berenstein stays down, it's because it wasn't quite shoulder to shoulder. Cooling break. In the 25th minute of the first half. This is the Champions League Group 6 Round 1 final. It's tight. And it's still goalless between Juventus and Kiryat Gat. Playing the centre of your picture, organising her defence, organising the entire team, is Anna, the 37-year-old captain. Bruna. Nakav. Hurried pass back by Khalil. Sembrant. The loose ball, turns it back to Perot. Ognan. Gunnarsdottir. Boatin, turn the pace. And support again from Gunnarsdottir. Sembrant. Again, the Icelandic newcomer, always available. Zamanian.
Fourth official, can you tell the ref if we are on? Fourth official. Thank you. Thank you.
Pedersen. Juventus now back to full strength. Berenstein back on the pitch. Excellent pass, picks out Boatin from Gunnarsdottir. Berenstein. Gunnarsdottir again. Zamanian, the referee getting in the way. Drop ball. Juventus take over possession once more.
Change the game, go Sophie, come on, quicker, let's change it quicker.
Pedersen to Sembrant. Lundorf back to the number 32. And again, that pass doesn't split the defence open. With their loose ball in the centre of the park. Gunnarsdottir's won it back. Chernoya, quite matched so far from the number 7 Chernoya. Not the dynamo in midfield that we've come to expect.
Come on.
And that cross in from Boatin. No takers in the centre. Rantisi. One back already by Boatin. Gunnarsdottir. Just seeing the ball taken away from her by Sofer. Sandrinha. Run coming forward here from Nakav. The fullback pushing forward. Cross into the middle. Chernoya. Risky pass. Pedersen completes the clearance to Bonansea. Lundorf. Again Chernoya. Juventus trying to draw their opponents forward, draw them out of their defensive position. Gunnarsdottir finds Lisa Boatin. Zamanian. Berenstein's got to the byline. Just took her eye off the ball at the crucial moment. Already thinking too far ahead. The ball rolling over her foot and out of play for a goal kick to Kiryat Gat. They'll be delighted with their opening. Almost half an hour now at Vinovo. Still have the running commentary of Joe Montemuro on the touchline. Lundorf. Throw looking for Zamanian. Intercepted by Bruna. Hooks the ball forward. Boatin. Berenstein finally getting some space. Bundled over there, surely at the edge of the penalty area. And Bonansea asking for some action from the referee. Berenstein showing her pace here. There's a trip even inside the penalty area, it has to be said. Two number 18s. Adubea certainly getting nothing on the ball. Penalty claim waved aside by the match official. Zamanian. Nakav playing the ball forward once more. Lundorf and Sembrant working out possession together. Gunnarsdottir. Gunnarsdottir finding the space. That's a heavy first touch by Cantore, gifting possession back to the Israeli side. Cantore making sure the Juve keep possession. Sembrant. Inside the final 15 minutes of the first half. Still goalless. There's Adubea. He's happy just to get the ball clear anywhere. Number 18. Lundorf. The throw finds Zamanian. Chernoya. And they take on Nakav. Number 6. Slams the ball out of play for another throw down the touchline. Zamanian. Again, trying to show her skill down by the byline. That's Bruna who's down. It's a bout of cramp already. In the 32nd minute, for number 19 for Kiryat Gat. Header out of play by Boatin. Adubea, a strong physical player, not an easy customer. Sandrinha, well, she had something to say to her teammates there. Foul by Zamanian. Marantisi picks herself up. With the same number 12, Marantisi. Push forward on the right-hand side, trying to give some width to this attack. Instead, Anna with the free kick goes down through the middle. And Danielena is always outnumbered. Gunnarsdottir. Lundorf on to Bonansea. Quiet match as well from Bonansea. Not incisive so far. Berenstein. Back to Gunnarsdottir. Sembrand. Pedersen. Back to Sembrand. Two central defenders well over the halfway line. There's the mistake by Sembrand. This is Sandrinha. It's Bonansea tracking back, winning the tackle. And a mistake by Nakav. Ball's out of play for a throw to Juve. Heading towards the final 10 minutes of the first half. Can the Bianconeri find the way through? This defensive wall set up by Kiryat Gat so far. Functioning extremely well. Cantore, half a chance, and Cantore's found the goal. Excellent awareness by Sofia Cantore. And what a way to mark your return in the black and white stripes. The opening goal here at Vinovo against Kiryat Gat. Route 1 football, direct through the middle. And Cantore's awareness, a goal-scoring ability coming through there. Gunnarsdottir playing the ball over the top. There's the first touch. And that was all that was needed to get the ball beyond Fortuna Rubin in the Kiryat goal. And Juventus, with 10 minutes to play in the first half, have finally got the breakthrough. Cantore back in the Juventus shirt and back on the score sheet. Now for Kiryat Gat. Tactically, nothing has changed. The coach, certainly Sadi, will be happy with a 1-0 deficit going into the break. He won't have his team break out of the defensive shell. Certainly not for the remainder of these 10 minutes of the first half. Still down to Juventus to keep possession, to keep on moving. It's certainly more tiring chasing the ball than keeping possession. Cantore offside. Juventus beating the offside trap. And Cantore's awareness to know where the goalkeeper was when she was coming out. Touched the ball beyond. The Kiryat Gat keeper. And then happily watched the ball roll into the net as Dani Elena's inside the box here. Cuts it back. Pedersen scoops the clearance high into the air. Shoulder to shoulder between Cantore and Sofer. Lundorf gives the ball back to Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir. Excellent pass once more by the number 77. Berenstein goes down by Anna, tracks back, picks out Boatin. Chernoya. Sembrand. Lundorf playing the more difficult pass of the options that she had. Here's Pedersen. Chernoya. Looking for a 1-2 at the edge of the box. Gets the 1-2. Chernoya. Picks up Zamanian. Final pass. Letting down the number 19 for Juventus. The quick passing. Finding a way through the Kiryat Gat defence. Rubin, the goalkeeper, with the clearance. You can see that she hasn't had to make a save so far. She's certainly been more involved in Perromagnon at the other end. Gunnarsdottir. Left footed. Picks out the run of Boateng. She's only reached the byline here. Flicks in the cross. Cantore lets it go. Hits off Zamanian. Breaks to Chernoya. Drives it into Zamanian, who is slowly picking herself up. Excellent read there by Joe Montemuro, saying the ball was out of play. Understood immediately the pass had been overhit. Here is unlucky Zamanian 1 and unlucky Zamanian 2. Lundorf up the touchline. Valencia. And a throw further up the touchline. Chernoya back to Lundorf. Now Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir. Excellent turn here by Berenstein. Rolls the ball through for Cantore, and she'll accept the corner. No. Given the goal kick when Cantore could have easily taken that ball on the run. She saw the final touch coming off Anna, the Brazilian, at the heart of the Israeli defence. Boateng again stealing the ball away from Adubea. Rubin, her clearance up to the halfway line. No one on her side keen to chase that ball down. Possession returns to the Bianconere. Sembrand. Chernoya back to Sembrand now. Bonansea. Gunnarsdottir. Pedersen. Boateng looking up, doesn't play the cross in, instead drops it short to Gunnarsdottir. Zamanian. Space at the edge of the box, drives in the shot. Straight at Rubin. He gratefully holds on to the ball. But Juventus continuing to play their passing game. And slowly but surely finding their way through. More daylight now in the Kiryat Gat defence. Boateng. Gunnarsdottir, again great awareness, and finds Cantore. Bruna quickly sprints across, touches the ball out. Cantore. Sees the arrival of number 18, Lineth Berenstein. Now Cantore, can she touch the ball in to Gunnarsdottir? She can. The three new starters linking up. Chernoya. Great skill, and she's been tripped up. Free kick. Berenstein down once again, injured for the second time. Genoya massaging her thigh as well. Final minutes of the first half. Juve with his set piece. You can have a second goal. That certainly would take the wind out of the sails of Kiryat Gat. Bonansea at the near post. Shot driven over the crossbar by Chernoya. Not the left foot finish we've become accustomed to from the number 7. And Rubin will take the goal kick. Takes it short to Bruna. Lay off by Khalil. Chernoya. Gunnarsdottir. What a quality act. Sara Gunnarsdottir. Lundorf. Under pressure there from Khalil. Knocks it out. Gunnarsdottir once again digging in the midfield. Bonansea turns the ball back to Lundorf. Breaking off the number 22, Sofer. Pedersen. Chernoya. Path will make it through to Berenstein. Sembrant. Goes to Lundorf. He's got space here now, the number 12. Can she deliver a decent cross? Header away there from Rantisi. Sure she knew too much about it. 1 minute of time added on in the first half. Juve probing, looking for a second goal. Gunnarsdottir. Now Sophie Pedersen. Sembrant. Lundorf goes back to number 32. Pedersen. Boatin. Berenstein picks up the pass from Gunnarsdottir. Gunnarsdottir continues a run. Berenstein checks and goes back to Chernoya. Berenstein once more. Pedersen. Zemanian. Great turn at the edge of the box here from Lundorf. Juventus again finding some daylight at the edge of the Kiryat Gat penalty area. There goes the half-time whistle. It's been a hard first half. Kiryat Gat have not allowed Juventus any space, but still the Bianconeri have their noses in front. The goal scored on 35 minutes from Sofia Cantore, and that's enough to split the sides at half-time. The Israeli treble winners stubbornly set themselves in a defensive position, forcing Juventus to try and break them down, which eventually the Bianconeri did. The goal set up by Sara Gunnarsdottir. The referee blows the whistle, and we're back underway between Juventus and Kiryat Gat. 45 minutes separating the Bianconeri from the second qualifying round for the Champions League. Here is Gunnarsdottir, set up the only goal of the match so far. Boattin. Cantore. Turning, looking to create something here. Adubea. Battling hard, as she did all the way through the first half. Now Kiryat Gat, they're invited, if they want to get something out of the game, to press more forward. Try and hit on the attack every now and again. So far, a game of containment by the Israeli champions. Gunnarsdottir fouled by Adubea. No changes to the starting 11 for Juventus, so it's still Pero Magnon in goal. Lundorf, Sembrant, Pedersen, Boattin. The four across the back, Zamian, Gunnarsdottir and Chernoya in midfield. With Bernstein, Cantore and Bonansea mixing it up in attack. Lundorf touches the ball to Gunnarsdottir. Zemanian shot, loops over his number 2 at the start of the second half. Juventus have some daylight. Zemanian taking one touch on the turn and looping the left foot shot into the far corner. And that is the perfect start to the second half for the Bianconeri. Zemanian laughing because it was a quality finish. She looked up, she knew exactly where she wanted to put it, and that's where she placed the ball. Delighted with herself, that's why she's laughing. Anita Zemanian, 2-0 to Juve. And tactically, it changes everything. Kiryat Gat can't sit back and hope to find the late equaliser. They're 2 goals down. They need to try and attack. Sandrigna. Sofer goes back into her own half to Rantisi. Adubea trying to use her pace once more against Boattin. Boattin not taking her eyes off the ball. Bernstein. Juve win back possession without too much sweat. Into the 50th minute. Sembrant to Lundorf. Zemanian. A pass inaccurate. Looking for Bonansea. Zemanian's got possession once more. Touched by Cantore. A good interception by Bruna. Danielina, the layoff. Kiryat Gat looking to attack. The pass from Edri, easily intercepted. Chernoya. Gunnarsdottir. Zemanian. Pedersen. Boatin invites Chernoya down into the corner. As we see once more, Juve's second goal, and Gunnarsdottir will get another credit there for the assist. Adubea goes down and smiles because she's won the free kick. Exchange between the players. Anna, the Brazilian, once more. Hits it long. Pedersen. Chernoya. Boatin, helped out by Lundorf in defence. Cross flighted in the header, and that's going to go in. Kiryat Gat have got a goal back. Danielina, her fourth goal of the tournament. And Juventus concede their first goal of the tournament. On 52 minutes. Second goal in 5 minutes in the second half. The cross played in by Nakav. And Danielina with a header. Found enough direction on it to place the ball into the side of the net. And it's match back on. Ball out of the halfway line. It's a throw to Kiryat Gat. Juventus 2, Kiryat Gat 1. There's Nakav. He also scored in the opening match. Scored her side's last goal in the final 5 minutes. Sets up her side's first goal here against Juventus. Khalil. Adubea. Israeli champions for the first time. That says a belief. Bernstein intercepts. Sembrant. Now Boatin. Long ball hit forward onto the head of Nakav. Gunnarsdottir. Chernoya. Zemanian hits another one. Whistles wide. Not far wide. Zemanian looking for a second half double. Adubea chests the ball out of play. Boatin. Gunnarsdottir was one option. Boatin goes back to Pedersen. Sembrant looks up. Feeds the ball through for Bonansea. Likewise for Lundorf, who won't catch it at the byline. goal kick for Kiryat Gat. Rantisi. Kiryat Gat trying to create something down the right-hand side. Throw by Boateng. Something didn't work out right, but she's still got a second chance at it. Anna holding on to Cantore. Free kick for Juve. 55 minutes. 56 minutes now, almost played. Pedersen. Chernoya. Again, playing the ball on the deck for Zamanian. Chernoya, left-footed. Swings in the cross. Punch away by Rubin. Bernstein using her pace to win back possession. Helping out in defence and getting a round of applause from the fans. There's a chase down Sandrinha. Pedersen caught out here. Edri. Sophie Pedersen still down. And the hamstrings popped. The hamstring, she's confirming the hamstring. Lenzini. Seems to be a straight swap. And so Salvai, Gamma, and now Pedersen. Heart of the defence. Injury problems besetting the Bianconeri. The experienced Dane limps off. Zamanian being asked to drop into the centre of midfield as Gunnarsdottir takes over in the heart of the defence. Emergency measures by Joe Montemuro. Still, the Bianconeri are in front by 2-1. Lundorf. Looks like Giulia Grosso will come on, which would indicate that Gunnarsdottir will continue to play as a central defender. Zamanian. Berenstein. Bonansea. Lundorf. Cuts in. Finds Berenstein. Ball breaks off. The number 18. But you've got it back with Bonansea. No one through the middle. Sofer. Returning the ball back. She wants to return the possession, but Rantisi. That's for the defence splitting pass over the top of Boateng. Gunnarsdottir to Neuer. Back again from the number 7 to the number 77. Juventus still with 10 players on the pitch. Berenstein. Chance to run. The Kiryat Gat defends. The ball's lifted over the top. Cantore will leave it for Lundorf. She'll keep it in play. Shapes over the cross. Goes all the way through. Neuer. Again Lundorf. Zamanian. Switches play. Header down. Berenstein turns. Shot. Just goes wide. It was deflected wide by the Kiryat Gat captain. Blocking the effort from Linus Berenstein. Close to a third goal for Juve, and again a chance to do some daylight between themselves and Kiryat Gat. That was an immense block. Linus Berenstein thought she'd done everything to get her first goal for Juve. Neuer. Crossing is a deep one, looking for Gunnarsdottir. Rubin, the goalkeeper, waiting for the players to make their way up the pitch. And as you can see, not one over the halfway line when the goalkeeper kicked. Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir. Boateng. Lundorf. Gunnarsdottir. Bonansea invites Berenstein to run at the heart of the Kiryat Gat defence. Plays in the cross, goes beyond Cantore. Cantore's got the ball back here. Scrapping for possession, gets to the byline, goes down. Now the substitution will be made. Now the ball touched the yellow boot last. Three substitutions to be made. Caruso. Oh, come on, at this end of the park, Bonansea is one player that's coming off. Bonansea has understood she's coming off. Not quite sure who's going to take up her position. Caruso sprints on. Caruso scoring a fantastic free kick on Thursday. And also Cantore will come off. As Nielden makes her way on. Corner kick for Juve. Three substitutions made in quick succession. The corner comes in. Boateng. Shot tipped over. How much did the goalkeeper know about it? Boateng driving the ball through the ruck of players. And the keeper getting a forearm onto the ball to knock it over the crossbar. Corner kick, taken short to Boateng. A cross striking the head of Opal Sofer. The player stays down. Now Juventus, how are they going to shape up? Bernstein, you would think would be the lone forward. Ariana Caruso, Zamanian, Gunnarsdottir, Chernoya. So many midfielders on the pitch. Sofer is okay after receiving treatment for that head knock. The ball driven into the back of her head. Boateng thrown to the middle. Nielden trying to step onto that loose ball. And now Kiryat Gat also talk about making substitutions here. Nielden deflecting the ball back. So Nielden, Lundorf, Sembrant, Boateng in defence at the moment. As Juventus are they playing a 4-5-1 or a 4-1-4-1. You see Gunnarsdottir also still playing back, as it is Nielden who's pushed further forward. Adubea. Tackle, clean one by Lundorf. Ball hit over the top by Rantisi. Sandrinha. Sofer. Almost a short pass, but Bruna did well. Offside against Nakav. And we're halfway through the second half. It is a tight contest. And Princella Adubea needs treatment. As Juventus players group in midfield, tactically set out with Sembrant and Gunnarsdottir at the heart of defence. Lundorf, Boateng keeping their full-back positions. Taking over in the left wide position is Amanda Nielden. Bernstein through the middle with Caruso, Zamian and Chernoya in the centre of the park. Here's Sara Gunnarsdottir. Grosso. Boateng. Back for Grosso. The pass maybe intended here already for Bernstein. Now she's got it. Nielden. And we have another Kiryat Gat player down. Caruso goes across to investigate. That's when the injury happened. Rantisi, fouled by Grosso. Sofer. And the ball across to Bruna. Juventus continuing to press in the centre of the park. 20 minutes remaining, still Juventus 2, Kiryat Gat 1. Narrow scoreline, a narrow advantage. It's enough, that's fine skill. Ball played forward, inside the penalty area, Nakav. Played the cross into the middle. And Perron-Magnon with the save. Boateng to Gunnarsdottir. Boateng, Juventus don't need to come forward. If Kiryat Gat decide to sit with 10 players behind the ball for the remainder of the match, that's their choice tactically. Juve have the advantage. Their footballing philosophy will see them continue to press forward, certainly because a 2-goal advantage takes away some of the worry. Grosso, he's won this ball back. He's got a second chance out, looking for a one to the edge of the box. Lundorf, shot takes deflection, and the ball spins out for a corner. Chernoya looked for Boateng. Gunnarsdottir. Sembrant leaves the ball for Lundorf. Nilden. Lone striker Dani Lena for Kiryat Gat in attack. Juventus struggling to keep their foot on the ball at the moment. Ping pong back and forth between the two sides. Gunnarsdottir. Zamanian. The ball out of play. It is. He got the final touch. Adubea, throw for Juve. Boateng. Bernstein accepts another throw further down the touchline. Nilden, no way through there. Dani Lena goes down and gets a free kick. Lenzini will now come on. And Zamanian steps aside. She is currently the match winner, the number 19. Lenzini comes in to shore up the defence on 75 minutes. Kiryat Gat also make a substitution. With the number 15, Warkow coming on. Adubea steps aside. Lundorf taking her time with the throw. We're inside the final 15 minutes. Chernoya. Can she get on to that loose ball? Turned out of play by Bruna. Lundorf. Couple of steps back before taking the throw. Bernstein. And Kiryat Gat. Get the ball out of defence. Boateng gets there first, gets in ahead of the 19-year-old Edri. Gunnar's daughter with an excellent pass. Ball spinning away though, away from Ariana Caruso. It's going to be a tense final 15 minutes. There will be a good few minutes of time added on as well. We're now to the final 13 of normal time. Seems to be a foul in the centre of the park on Bernstein. Once more the referee overlooks a decision that could have gone in Juventus' favour. Nielden. Caruso. Caruso looking for the pass for Giulia Grosso. The attack breaks down, but the clock, more importantly, ticks down. Rubin, the goalkeeper, who made an excellent save from a Boateng shot on 65 minutes as Juventus pressed to restore their 2-goal advantage, which lasted for a mere 5 minutes at the start of the second half. Zamanian adding to Cantore's opener 2 minutes after the restart. Cantore opening the scoring 10 minutes before the interval, but then Kiryat Gat got themselves straight back into the game on 52 minutes. A header from Dani Elena. And that's the scoreline we have at the moment as the game edges into the final 10 minutes. Boateng. Number 13, excellent weighted throw for Bernstein. Dutch international trying to use her skill and speed. And she's taken out of the game there. Finally, the referee blows a whistle in favour of a foul on Bernstein. A very warm evening. And the players feeling the heat. There's the ball cleared once more into Sofer. Second time she's taken a blow to the head in the second half. 2 players in the wall. Juventus looking to kill the match here with goal number 3 with 10 minutes to play. Fight it in, over the crossbar. And that's a waste for Juve. Kiryat goalkeeper Rubin will take this goal kick. Will there be further movement from the bench? Both coaches playing it cagey. Certainly Kiryat Gat played it cagey from the beginning. Tactically sound match by the Israeli champions, leaving the onus to Juventus. Medri playing the ball back to Rantisi, trying to find the outlet. Out wide. Now some experience in attack. As Girelli comes on for Berenstein, Dutch international. Having worked her socks off, now replaced by Girelli for these final last 8 minutes. Also a change with Edri coming off and Horvitz comes into the action for Kiryat Gat. Lenzini to Sembrand. Gunnarsdottir. Again Sembrand. Back to the goalkeeper, Perron Magnon. Lenzini. Boateng. Excellent feet. Gunnarsdottir. With the ball over the top, looking for Girelli. Rubin clearing from hand. Lundorf taking the ball away from Lenzini. Lenzini was well aware and allowed Lundorf to touch the ball back to the goalkeeper. Girelli, excellent first touch. The ball almost through, and on the deck. And Kiryat Gat, captain, scrambling the ball away. Gunnarsdottir has stayed down, picks herself back up though. Playing through the pain barrier in these final 6 minutes. Horvitz. An untidy phase of the match. It has been untidy since the flurry of substitutions.
Amanda in position, come on. Help it out. Come on.
Sembrand. Grosso. Juve substitutes really yet to get into the game. In midfield, especially with Caruso, Grosso, and Nilden. Yeah, they are trying to connect. Danelina for Kiryat Gat. Coming forward. This is Workout. Number 15. The ball played back to Perron Magnon by Lundorf. The clearance goes straight out of play. And possession will be with the Israeli champions. They really have made this a tough match for Juventus. There's a run here by Sandrinha. Vorkau. Girelli. Being allowed to turn. Perron Magnon. Boateng is the option. Has been quickly closed down. Here's Nilden. And she'll take the throw halfway inside the Juve half. Kiryat Gat. Will they push more players forward? Sly look at the watch. On the Juventus bench. Time ticking down. Caruso is inside the box. She's got a corner. Number 21, second in the chase for the number 19. But Kiryat Gat didn't want to take any risks. And the Brazilian cleared the ball out for this corner kick. Chernoya. Cross in. Headers up, it's ball still free. Gunnar's daughter having a swing at it. Sandrinha. Grosso with interception. Lenzini. Sembrant. Return pass from Lundorf. And Lenzini. Well weighted pass to Nielden. Boateng's on the overlap. Can she play in the cross? Still Boateng, cuts it back. Caruso's attempt was blocked. Lenzini. Boateng is down at the byline. Joe Montemuro indicating to the match official. Boateng wanting to indicate to the referee that there was contact between the players. Orian Biru. There's another change that will be made. Going on for Khalil. In the 89th minute. Vorkau. Horvitz. Chernoy getting something on the ball. As Nakav's cross into the middle and Piromagnon under no pressure. Cuts out the cross. Lenzini to Boateng. Girelli and Caruso trying to link up here. Caruso. When she look for the number 10, said she goes out wide. Chernoya couldn't play the ball into the middle. Caruso picking out the number 7 rather than going through for Girelli. The result, another corner kick, and Juventus are winding down the clock. The 90th minute. Juventus looking for goal number 3 to put the game to bed. The referee blows the whistle. Players continue to jostle and jockey for positions. The cross comes in, the header. Caruso from close range ends the contest on 90 minutes. A second goal in this Champions League qualifying, and this one is huge because it makes it Juventus 3, Kiryat Gat 1 in the final minute of normal time. Precise corner kick, flighted in by Valentina Cernoia and Arianna Caruso from point blank range, winning the header and giving Juventus, restoring Juventus his 2-goal advantage. And now, surely, it's all over. Juventus have made it through to the round 2 of the Women's Champions League. The final round before the group stages. Here's Boateng. Grosso cuts the ball in for Boateng. She's got to the byline, shapes up the cross, and it comes. Juventus looking to finish with a flurry. They played a game of patience all match against a very solid physical team from Israel. Lundorf, composed as ever for the throw. Sembrand, Lenzini, Boateng in for Caruso. Boateng to Nilden. Girelli. Grosso. Caruso. And the referee. An offside decision over on the far touchline. '93rd minute. Kiryat Gat coming forward. Nakav. Vorkau. And Juve have won back possession already. Nilden. Girelli. Keeps the ball in play by the touchline. Doesn't get anything out of Anna. Goal kick to Kiryat Gat. Rantisi. Back to Anna. Now Bruna. And there, a mistake from Kiryat Gat. Unable to play the ball out of defense. Lundorf turns the ball back into their own half to Sembrand. Nilden. Girelli drops short, lobs the ball into the path of Grosso. Anna scrapping for every possibility of possession for Kiryat Gat. Here's Nilden. Grosso plays in the cross. And a foul by Grosso. And it's just ticking down the clock now. The case of Juventus seeing out the final minutes. Or is it just the case now of the final seconds? Rubin, header won by Gunnarsdottir. Solid performance in the centre of the park. Nice Iceland international. And we're now beyond the 5 minutes of time added on. And there goes the final whistle. Juventus make it through to round 2 of the Women's Champions League after defeating Kiryat Gat 3-1 here at Vinovo. A difficult match, but Juventus stuck by the task that was set them, and goals from Cantore, Zemanian and Caruso gave Juventus the 3 goals that they needed. There was a reply from Dan Elena just after the goal from Zemanian. The final score reads Juventus 3, Kiryat Gat 1, and Juventus go through beyond the mini-tournament here in round 1 into the Champions League round 2, the draw to be made on the 1st of September.